Welcome to Rational Mind again. It's your boy, the rational guy, in a rational room, under the rational atmosphere, on the rational platform, with a rational face cap, grinding with the rational glasses, after eating rational meal. Oh my god. With the rational eloquence. Consider subscribing to the rational channel so that you have rationality in your life. Thank you guys, and I really appreciate you guys. Consider subscribing to this channel. Like and subscribe. Yeah, subscribe again to this channel, and like and share. That's how we're doing the hood. So today's topic is very easy, like absolutely easy. And number one, for the sake of the avoidance of doubts, I'm a man who was a boy, who was a male, who is still a male, sorry, who was a boy and has always been a male. And I have two sisters. I have a mom and I have a brother. And I have male cousins and female cousins. And I have male friends and female friends. And you see, all of us, we work and we relate in peace and harmony, which means that we don't fight, we don't have scuffles. And if we have misunderstandings or disagreements, we try as much as possible to resolve them, to ameliorate all the tension around us. And we cannot do it one another. Without my dad and my mom, I will not be born. They came together and I was dropped like it's hot, like Snoop Dogg. But in this day and age, maybe because of traffic or because of conversations, comments, we now have what they call the gender war. Oh my god, bro, gender war? So what is gender war? Let's visit our dear friend Mr. Google to know what gender war is. Gender war describes escalating political and cultural conflicts between men and women, marked by diverging ideological, social, and voting trends. It features an us against them mentality, with young voters splitting along gender lines. Now, this is even political. Let's drag it a little bit. In political divergence, in many democracies, Gen Z men and women are moving in opposite political directions, with young men leaning conservative and young women turning left. That's perfect. My body, my choice. I understand it. And men are like, no, as a woman, you have to be very, conservative. You have to be tender. You have to tender to your family, to your husband, to your wife, to your husband, to your children. You have to have some value system within you. You have to be gentle. Meanwhile, politically, women are like, no, it's liberty. We want to work the same job. We want equal pay. We want to have voice in the boardroom. I applaud those things. My two sisters are career women, a medical doctor and a consultant. They're doing well, and I support their goal. I can't even imagine them being relegated to the background. So that's one political guy. Two, dating and relationship. Many men report feeling fed up or confused by changing relationship norms, leading to a backseat approach in dating. Some argue this stems from paradoxical expectations where traditional masculinity is discouraged, yet men feel punished for not conforming to it. Example, you as Mr. John Doe just got employed in a bank. You're earning $500,000 per year. Your colleague is Mary, who is also earning $500,000 per year. Mary and John Doe are colleagues in the office. And because they're colleagues, they earn the same thing. However, because John is a man and Mary is a woman, and John wants to ask Mary on a date, Mary will assume that John should play his masculine roles very well. What are those roles? Be a man. Be a leader. Be generous. Don't shout at a woman. Don't commit assaults. Be a gentleman. Keep quiet when you're supposed to keep quiet. My money is my money. Your money is our money. And finally, you don't own me. If I decide I want to move, I move. I can't say sit down there, because I and you, we are partners. You don't lead me anywhere. Meanwhile, John is looking for a girlfriend that like, hey, Mary, you should not go there. It's dangerous for you. So please sit down at home. Let's talk. Or why are you wearing that? So if you're wearing that, people will be staring at you and it's quite dangerous outside. Or, hey, Mary, let's go here. We don't need to spend too much here. Let's conserve and let's spend wisely. John is looking for that type of woman. And even in the first date, now, I've gone on dates in the past and I know that the type of restaurant you take somebody to shows a bit of seriousness. I have gone on coffee dates proposed by a woman, but I don't think I have asked the woman to go on a coffee date and then we go to Starbucks, for example. I usually like, let's go to somewhere exquisite, not pocket breaking, but at the same time, it's nice and cozy. So I don't think I would like men who say, hey, let's go for a coffee date and let's go to an actual coffee date. I don't think I've gone to a cheesecake factory before. However, it's a man's prerogative to make a decision. And that man should be able to like study the woman and say, let me see what she likes. Because the type of value you give to her is what you're going to adopt. If you think that she's exquisite, she's cool, she's going to be your potential wife, take her to somewhere special, but not too special. But at the same time, as a woman, don't over expect. If you want to talk to me, let's go to Paris first. You have to ask me out at the beam light of the Eiffel Tower. Let the light so shine to my eyes when I'm saying yes to your proposal. So because of this, the dating dynamic has changed, where women are more masculine now, and they use the word, I'm more masculine, I want to be in my feminine state, I need the man to put me in my feminine state. And when the man is trying to put them in the feminine state, they say, no, you are too toxic for me, you're controlling, I don't want that. And then the man will say, okay, you know what, stay cool, I will stay in my lane. And then the woman will say, you're too feminine for me, you're not controlling, you're not doing that. So women are louder, and they have put men in a particular position whereby they don't even know what to do anymore. Now, interestingly, there are some men that are still very powerful. A man that has value. How do you determine a man that has value? Number one, how he looks like, how he takes care of himself. Number two, the value proposition he has. And what is that? Are you a businessman? Are you a career man? Can you carry yourself? How much do you make? What's your family like? What's your value system like? How do you command respect? What's your reputation like and charisma? As a man, when you enter a room, people are like, wow, somebody just entered the room. Even other men will say, he just entered the room. So when a man says, hi Mary, I just met you around the corner, I just noticed you around the corner, I would like to talk to you. Even Mary will not say, hey, I want to be in my masculine state. Mary will have to like, okay, let me listen to this guy. So as a man, the way you carry yourself, I think naturally a woman will like, okay, let me listen, let me give this guy a listening here. Now, sociologically wise, we have some kind of men that attract some kind of women and vice versa. So if you are a career person, you don't need to go and start chasing a club girl. No, they connect at all. If you are a club girl, you're looking for a pastor husband, that's possible. See, one day when there's deliverance and I don't know who will convert there, maybe the pastor will convert or the lady will convert. Anyways, that's the dating dynamic. It's so toxic right now, whereby if you meet somebody and you're lucky to have that person and the person is lucky to have you, hold on to each other because nothing is shining outside. But all in all, we still have some very good people out there, basically. Now, cultural polarization is the third reason. The phenomenon is fueled by online echo chambers, with some viewing it as a terminally online trend, while others see it as a reflection of a deeper historical, structural sexism, which is patriarchy. Let me repeat. Cultural polarization. The phenomenon is fueled by online echo chambers, with some viewing it as a terminally online trend, while others see it as a reflection of a deeper historical structural sexism. One more time. Cultural polarization. The phenomenon is fueled by an online echo chamber, which some people have already viewed as terminally online. And it's a trend which others have seen as a reflection of a deeper historical structural sexism. They call it the patriarchy. What do I mean by this? Yeah, it's a patriarchal system. What do I mean? I won't say men created the world, God created everybody. But I think men put the structure around everybody. You know, the industries, the construction, the orderliness. That's why you need a man in the family, because the man gives you tough love. Hey, kneel down there. Hey, don't do this. The woman will like nurture and like, hey, don't cry anymore. So we need the men and the women to come together as one family. So, because it's a patriarchal society, and women are looking for liberation, they have termed anything that has male-centeredness as the cause of the downfall of the society. Anything to them is patriarchal. They say patriarchy. And most of them don't even know the meaning of patriarchy. Oh, men are the only ones in this particular industry because it's a patriarchy. Women cannot do this because it's a patriarchy. I love the fact that there have been so many developments whereby women are now able to vote, women are now able to own properties, own houses, own this and that. Women have been given a lot of voice. However, if there's any little itch, they'll say it's a patriarchy. And it stems from that very strong reflection of deeper historical sexism. whereby any problem in the world was caused by men. To an extent, yeah. Yes, but we are two people on earth, men and women. Men are not totally bad. Women are not totally good. We have exceptions to the general rule. So women can be held as accountable and responsible as the men. If you're a woman and you commit an offense, you should be held as accountable as a man who also committed the offense. Don't blame the patriarchy for what you did. Stephanie. Anti-gender movements. Recent discourse includes organized opposition to feminine progress, frequently aimed at controlling reproductive rights or opposing transgender rights. I won't talk about the last one, man. I'm not afraid of it. I won't talk about it. I only talk about the reproductive rights. And I will only limit it to pregnancy. Let me tell you something. Women are very, very, I'll call it, they have immeasurable value to the society, whereby they contribute to the society. It's not easy to be pregnant. When you eat too much and you're full to the brim, you can't breathe. Now imagine carrying another life and let it be there for the next 9 months, developing gradually, and eventually when you want to drop it like it's all like Snoop Dogg will say, you go into labor. Some people do the cesarean section. It's not easy to give birth. I've had 2 friends, or let me say colleagues, that died during pregnancy. So when you see a woman that is very, very afraid to be pregnant or to have a child, I think their fear is valid. So I don't think men should relegate women to the background and say, hey, it's your God-given responsibility to be pregnant. Even if they enjoy the sex, the resultant effect is pregnancy. So when a woman is pregnant, especially if the man knows that he is the cause of the pregnancy, either girlfriend, boyfriend, marriage or so, I think he needs to give that woman all the support that she needs. During the pregnancy, and at least 4 years post-pregnancy. When I say 4 years, I mean the child will be born, he should be crying, baby will be crying. So men have postpartum depression. It's not easy because they may feel like their lives are over. They may feel like they can't achieve anymore while the man is going and doing whatever. So it's easy for a woman to be left behind. So the woman needs the support of the man during that time. Now, we know that women are very dramatic. So while we know that we need to support the women, they might be dramatic about it. They might be excessive about it. So my caution is, the man too is trying. Men are already told to be strong. Going back to my third example, the patriarchy. If you have an issue, they will tell you to man up. You're a man, just it. Men are also emotional creatures. Men also face a lot of issues. But because they're like, you have to chest it, they have to like calm down and wait. So when they do that, the woman can extend it and say, hey, I want to eat goat's brain. I want to eat the chicken that the astronaut ate last week. That same chicken that was made in the moon. That's what I want to eat. Where would the man get it from? So where we are taking care of our women, I don't think our women should also be excessive in their demands to their respective spouses. I've seen videos whereby a woman can do one thing or the other, but whenever the man is around, like, oh my god, I want to die, oh my god. That should not happen. It should not at all. So because of all these issues, when you come to the social media, when you come to natural discourse, you see this heavy conversation, this heated conversation between men and women, the gender war. Men are not doing this. Men are bad. I saw a recent post one time. 62 million men are trying to and then when a woman does something, the conversation will be, have you tried to ask why the woman did it? But when a man does it, it's like, yeah, guilty as charged. In fact, there's no charge here. You are guilty as you have said it. You're already proven guilty by the social media or social courtroom, not even the legal courtroom. But when a woman does it, it's more or less like, maybe the man didn't do what he needed to do. That was why the woman did what she did. Or whether the man did what he did, so the woman reciprocated because of the thing that the man did. You're shifting the goalpost every time. And it's always on social media. Now, I'm not even talking about social media now. Even in the workplace. Even in the society. But in the society, the interesting thing is that men and women collaborate very, very often. The people that are shouting gender war, people that are shouting online and abusing people online, they have their respective spouses sitting beside them in the house. Unfortunately, some people are consuming those things and are using those things to act against their respective spouses. Your husband, whenever he uses the toilet, doesn't know how to flush, which is bad, by the way. And then just say, yeah, men, all men are dirty. Have you seen my own toilet before? Have you? So, gender war is bad. And it's spoiling it. And you know the funny thing now, the people I will blame? I will blame people that made phones. Even though you can use phone to discuss, to call people, to relate with people, you see all those things on the phone. You can't see it on TV. 2, social media people. You have data. That's why you can see those things. 3, social platform people. Where do you use it? Where do you see those things most? Instagram, TikTok. Not LinkedIn though, because that one you're saying, I just have to thank God that I've just been promoted to basic 3. And finally, bloggers. They're the ones that shift all these things. You see it everywhere. One of my next episodes will be about bloggers generally. I'm not calling them out. I'll just analyze what they post. When you post something that is very, very important, that is very good, that is very sociable, that is educative and informative, you see less comments. But post something about, oh my God, this man just ate this woman's meat or fish. Oh man, oh, they're thieves. Oh, this woman just ate this man's meat. Maybe the man had 2 meats. That is why the woman ate 1 meat. Maybe the man didn't give the woman meat. That's why the woman took the man's meat. Maybe the woman must have suffered from a lot of stingy men. So this one, she's trying to guard. Excuses are not good. So gender war is not good. And gender war is not even real in real life. Most of these people that shout online, they have good relationships out there. Though, if they project their negativity out there, this negativity affects some other people. So how can we avoid gender war online? Avoidance. Avoiding gender war requires fostering individual level empathy. Avoiding gender wars requires fostering individual level empathy, dismantling rigid gender stereotypes, and rejecting online algorithm-driven polarization in favor of nuanced in-person communication. Focusing on partnership, shared economic goals, and recognizing the interdependence between men and women, which usually helps mitigate any conflict. You see, the online platforms, they create the polarization, they create the problems. As I said earlier, outside they have a lot of female friends, and vice versa, they have other male friends that they relate with. But online, it's like, men are like goats, they're like the greatest of all time. I mean, not really. Women are like, oh my God. So gender war is unreal, at the same time real and dangerous. So if you're going to this particular part of this program, consider subscribing. There are more topics coming in. And this is the Rational Guy, this Rational Thoughts. See you on the next Rational video. Bye for now and take care.